You're Joking is an achievement in the Master Chief Collection which sees you beat Halo 4 on Legendary in under 3 hours. And it's okay, I guess. According to Steam, it's tied with Monopolize for least obtained speedrun achievement, and I don't get it. While it wasn't as hard as, say, Goat Roped, it wasn't anywhere near as easy as Nagato makes moving easy. It's a nice middle ground of difficult if you ask me. Enough rambling, however, let's just jump straight in.
Wake up, Chief. I need you.
Dawn introduces something I really hated while running this game, and that's the timer running in areas like this where you have no control. Maybe this is something that only bothers me, since if the timer only ran when you had control, it'd cut about a minute from this level, and from several others as well. After the game lets us open our cryopod, we get moving. Similar to slide jumps in Halo 3, there's speed tech you're going to see me do basically everywhere called muscle running. Every so often while sprinting, I'll jump in melee. This resets my sprint cooldown and lets me move a lot faster and leads to a lot less downtime. Dawn itself is a pretty quick level. There's a lot of combat and running past enemies. In this room here we do a little holdout fight. The left wave can be taken out by standing on this ammo cache and throwing 5 nades to spawn kill everything, and the right wave can be noob comboed and headshot. In an actual speedrun, however, this whole level will be circumvented immediately by going out of bounds and platforming to the end of the level. This is a common theme in Halo 4 speedrunning. Most levels have extremely easy out-of-bounds tricks, but instead I just ran through the ship. In some cases I would noob combo elites to scatter grunts or just run on by. Once we're outside, we can run across the open section and concussion jump up to the button, or do what I did and flank left to clear a path through. Once we get the button, we run out to release the rocket. Side note, the timer does not tick in this section. Why does it tick in the beginning and the end? From here, we just run to the end and then watch the level end cutscene. And yes, the timer is still active, even during the title sequence. I promise that this is the last time I complain about this issue, and as such we finish the level with a cool 9:58.
Don't make a girl a promise you can't keep.
This is another kind of short mission. It starts with some drivings and skirting past enemies. I abused killing elites to run past a lot of jackals and grunts and use a fuel rod gun to clear groups of jackals and grab my active camo. During the section with the cartographer, you can just clear these gaps with jumps, but I wasn't confident, so I just pressed the buttons. But to my knowledge, the jumping maybe saves maybe a second or two. A little bit more combat and we're clear. Oh hey, it's the bridge from AOTCR. Unlike AOTCR, we're just going to grab a Banshee and fly on through. Unlike AOTCR, we only fly like 3 feet instead of clearing the level though. Once they're here, we want to grab this ghost and boost into this room to kill the elite and all the grunts. This does 2 things. It despawns all the enemies outside and gives us a concussion rifle, which we use to jump up this structure instead of fighting our way through. Doing these jumps skips the hunters up top and gives us a straight shot to the end of the level. We can use the concussion rifle to jump up and hit the level end trigger early, giving us a time of 16:33 and a total time so far of 26:31.
What were those things?
Some sort of advanced defense AIs.
This is the mission that introduces the Prometheans. It has that memorable night jump scare and then a difficult combat encounter afterwards, but fuck you, I'm out of bounds. To get here, we want to jump on this button, up onto the spire, and then onto these rocks. We want to follow the rocks around and up, and then jump onto the roof of this hallway. This last jump is the hardest, since if you miss it, you'll not die, but instead you'll soft lock. We can get back into the map here and run on through with 0 enemies for a little while. Once we reach this section here, we can quickly run on through, meleeing the first power core, and then using nades to pop the other 2 as we navigate our way up. This section is incredibly generous with checkpoints, so if you miss a nade, don't worry about it. Head through the teleporter into the next section. Because the Covenant Prometheans are fighting each other, it makes it really easy to pass on through, using this rock pillar to clear this gap and grab a ghost. Once we reach this section, we want to splatter this elite and take his Banshee. We're meant to destroy more cores, but we can fly over here, where we can fly under an invisible barrier into the top of the elevator. It's super important that once you land, you make sure to backtrack to hit this trigger. Heading into the last section, we want to deal with this small squad here and run straight through to the button and then to do the ghost run. We just hold down boost and ride until the level end. I finished out the mission with a time of 14:40, bringing us a total time so far of 41:11. Infinity was maybe the level I was scared of the most given just how long it is, but it really wasn't that hard. We start by just running through till we hit this dark section and platform out of bounds. We don't go too far, just enough to skip a trigger so we can run to this IFF tag and trigger the next section. We want to run past as best we can, but I took some time to kill some crawlers and knights to make it a little safer. Once we meet up with these marines, who look like paintballers for some reason, the enemies behind us despawn so we don't need to worry about them. We push up again and hold out at the door. These knights are super easy to spawn kill and we can clear up the stragglers with our DMR and railgun. I'd like to take a minute to dispel a nasty rumour. The comment section on my Reach video seems to think I hate the DMR, which I really don't. I hate reticle bloom. In fact, in this game, I'd much rather take a DMR over a battle rifle, as a battle rifle just feels off in this game. A lot like a lot of other things, such as how Jackals and Elites look almost identical, although they're different species from each other. Master Chief looks like a green fridge with shoulder pads, a lack of ammo and legendary, Captain Del Rio, Palmer cracking size jokes, the literal savior of the universe, and the Prometheans. Sorry, I just kinda had to get off my chest. The railgun's pretty cool though. Once this section is over, we move through and clear an LZ for the Pelican. A normal level designer would end the level here, but nope, here's a tank section. But the tank is slow, so fuck you, I'm out of bounds. Again, not for long though, as we want to exit and grab a Wraith. We use it once we enter the Infinity to clear the hallways. Following this, the game gives us a Mantis. This cool mech armed to the teeth which we use to blow up a door and then proceed to abandon. It's much faster and safer to run up and around to get to the elevator and rocket these grunts to clear them out. Once we get on top, we want to rocket the jammers the game paints for us and enter the other conveniently placed Mantis. This one we're actually going to use, however. It's a case of holding off enemies until the game tells us to stop and hit a button, ending the level with a long 36:51, my longest completion of the run and a total time so far of 1 hour, 18 minutes and 2 seconds.
I don't know about you, but I usually like a little more intel with my intel.
Oh hey look, a cool vehicle. Wouldn't it be a shame if I barely rode on it? We start the mission by running out to this rock to skip dialogue with Lasky, and then board to grab rockets and a jetpack. We wait for this Pelican to get shot down and hop off, following the ridge to our right. We jetpack over the rock and grab the target designator and paint the gun. We want to wait for this objective to update and grab a ghost. We drive here and boost over the river and ghost on through. We're meant to take out these power generators, but you can just park next to the barrier and hop out to get through. We run up this cliff and jetpack to the top. Immediately after we paint the turret, we want to jump onto this lich, using our jetpack to slow the descent so we can land on this hump here. Landing anywhere else could potentially kill us. We fire a rocket here and then jump off immediately and grab a warthog. We jetpack up and prepare for the gorge jump. We want to jump to clear this gap, using half of our jetpack, then letting it refill, rinse and repeat until we're on the other side and jetpack up top. Alternatively, you can use a Wraith to launch you across the gorge instead. Moving forward, we hit this trigger and enter Sniper Valley. There's an out of bounds trick you can do to get into the facility without killing any enemies, but I couldn't get this down, so I just fought my way inside. We navigate the Forerunner structure until we're spat out and grab a ghost. You can jetpack over this barrier, but it's kinda unsafe, so I just use the ghost to take out the generators before painting the gravity well with the designator. Ending the level with a time of 23:51, bringing our total time to 1 hour, 41 minutes and 53 seconds.
I can give you over 40,000 reasons why I know that sun isn't real.
Shutdown is the very first mission in the Halo history where we get to fly a Pelican. Cortana shows 2 pillars we need to go to in order to do some combat and push a button, but nah, I'm just going to fly through the small gap and skip all of that. Headed into the facility, we can do a launch here to get to the end of the facility early and skip fighting hunters, but try as I might, I could not get this to work. I just fought my way through with my trusty DMR and railgun and handled the hunters at the end. Headed up this elevator, we grab a Banshee and fly straight to the door and YOLO run to the end. If you get the launch, this is usually a 4-minute mission, but I'm happy with my 8:32. Maybe when I revisit Halo 4 speedrunning, I'll go for that 4-minute completion. For now, however, total time of 1 hour, 50 minutes and 25 seconds. 2 missions, and 1 hour and 10 minutes left.
Do you know what that condescending bitch said to me after our first game of chess?
I won't lie to you, I didn't even try to learn the speedrun route for this level. There's so much out of bounds stuff and really hard concussion jumps that I could not get down. But knowing how much time I had left, I really didn't need these tricks, I just needed to play well. I picked a good level to do this however, as Composer can easily be mistaken for a Bungie era level. There's no Prometheans, which is immediately a plus, and all the encounters are fun. Plus the level exclusive sticky detonator is just such a good weapon. The level opens with a holdout section that I didn't know could be skipped by immediately hopping this railing and pressing the button before anything spawns, meaning you only have to deal with a small squad that can easily be detonated with your sticky stuff. Runners then immediately grab a sword and concussion rifle and jump up here. Instead, I just fought through. Look, this wouldn't be a K-pop video if I didn't skip learning tricks and make things harder for myself. After this, we fight some hunters in a small room. Speedrunners would use that sword here to insta-kill both of them. Once we get outside, we cross the courtyard and head indoors when we're allowed. Runners would do some out-of-bounds shenanigans to save time, but instead I headed indoors and killed stuff instead, making my way up to hit the button and then working back outside for another Mantis section. Similar to the last time we used a Mantis, we just hold out till the game tells us to stop and head upstairs to grab a nuke. Cortana has a nervous breakdown in the elevator and we end the mission with a 34:32. Total time headed into the last mission of 2 hours, 24 minutes and 57 seconds. 35 minutes left to finish out the last level.
The fighter's shields aren't rated for slip space.
No, but the Didacs are.
The opening to this mission is really cool. Anything that reminds me of the trench run for A New Hope is 10 out of 10 in my book. There's a way to get out of bounds, but re-entry into the map is super precise and I never got it working, so we're just gonna fly on through it. Flying this thing isn't too bad though, but the game likes to spawn obstacles in front of you or have walls pop out to clip you. Once you hit the open section, you want to hit straight forward and pop the shield generator and then kill the turrets. After we enter the ship and make our way through. The saw and battle rifle we have aren't too useful, and in general you just want to run through to reach the end ASAP. You have a hologram armor ability to make things marginally easy, but I can't think of a time where this saved me. If I saw the chance, I backsmacked some knights to make it easier, and killed some watchers too as they're just annoying. We continue to run through and pick our engagements where safe until we hit the weapons room. We want to grab an incineration gun. Speedrunners would instead want to grab the gravity hammer, as running with it never causes you to lose speed when you get shot at. But big rocket go boom, so the choice was obvious for me. We keep running through it and hold out here and crawl our hallway. Fun fact, if you hold out over here, Cortana gets power, you're going to leave her and does her hack faster. And with that, we enter the last section of the game. Halo 4 may be one of my least favourite Halo games, but this ending section slaps so hard. The atmosphere, the music, the combat, the skybox, it's all so amazing. The whole ending level is just an easy 9 out of 10. Probably would have been a 10 out of 10 with no Prometheans. There are grenade jumps you can do to make this segment easier, but I chose not to do them and I fight through everything. The light rifle puts in work here, as did the incineration gun. Once it was out of ammo though, I swapped for a scatter shot. Do not sleep on this weapon, it is so powerful and has such a high rate of fire. It's such a good weapon, 10 out of 10, 343. Once all is said and done, you face off against the Didact and do some quick time events to kill him and set off the nuke, destroying the composer and ending the level with a time of 33:52. Finishing the game with a total time of 2 hours, 58 minutes and 49 seconds. Clearing the 3 hour mark by 1 minute and 11 seconds and getting us the You're Joking achievement. If you enjoyed the video, you should leave a like and maybe subscribe too. I only have one achievement left to grab and I've saved the hardest for last. Monopolized. Wish me luck.